Turkish Airlines Euroleague. I feel devotion.
In this episode, in Game of the Week, Žalgiris' Robertas Javtokas talks about his return. Jaymon Lucas explains the magic top 16 of Anadolu Efes. Nathan Jawai and Boston Nakbar, the power and the talent. Then 3 bwin co-MVPs and the fantastic top 3. Robertas Javtokas has been patient through the first months of the season. A serious injury forced him to the sidelines, and like any good competitor, that was a tough situation to be in. When he got back on the court in week 7 against Bamberg, he was happy to savor all the positive feelings of Euroleague basketball intensity again.
Well, you know, the feelings is like from junior team to come to the men's basketball. You won everything, but it looks like everybody's stronger, faster. So, you know, it's hard from being 6-7 months out, but day by day in practices I start feeling better. And I think, you know, it's just a question of the time.
Robertas has watched his team dominate the regular season and then struggle somewhat in top 16. Where Žalgiris lost 2 games on the road by a point, which can be very frustrating.
Losing one game, second game by 1 or 2 points, it's a little bit, it doesn't make you feel good, but I think this year we have a very good coach, which motivates us, and after every lose or victory, he gives us something new for what we have to fight, and I think he's doing this great job for us, and the whole team believes in him.
Now he's back to help his teammates in the paint, with Paulius Jankūnas out injured for the rest of the season. The Lithuanian side will need a healthy and efficient Javtokas, but they need the rest of the team to step up, including youngsters Mindaugas Kuzminskas and Mario Delaš, who will be given a bigger role.
There's so many problems, injuries or leaving players or something, but always somebody step up. It's never was like the team really goes down. So I hope this time is also, you know, Mario or Kuzminskas or anybody else, Lipkevičius, the young fellas, you know, I think they are ready, they have good mentality.
Last Thursday, Žalgiris and Javtokas had to deal with Panathinaikos Athens. The Lithuanians came into the game with a record of 3-4, one victory behind the Greeks. A crucial matchup for 2 teams with the same goal, the playoffs.
This is the winner mentality. I think this is team plays better and better till when they need it. And today the game is, I think, gonna be mostly fight for this place.
The game of the week between those 2 teams was a hard-fought one. It was easy to predict because of their position in the Group E standings. Žalgiris tried to take control in the first half. But despite a big effort, they couldn't get more than a 3-point lead at half-time, following the 3 points scored by Roko Ukic, who was in inspired form. His former teammate in Toronto and currently at Panathinaikos, Jason Kapono, believes we can expect a lot from the Croatian guard.
He's older. He's slower now. No, I'm totally kidding. His mindset now is he just wants to win, and that's the reason why he came here was because, you know, he's played on teams where he's got a chance to shoot the ball and score, but now it's all about a chance to win.
Speaking of guards and close games, Panathinaikos Athens probably owns the best product in terms of a winner without arrogance, Dimitris Diamantidis. Yes, he finished the game with 13 points and 10 assists, but most importantly he stole 2 possessions, which now makes him the all-time Euroleague steals leader with a total of 329. Hats off to the new king.
I don't think I did anything special. I'm just doing whatever the team needs. If I can steal, run or play defense or pass the ball, I'll do it. I'm not focused on something special. I'm just trying to do what the team wants. Depends on the games and also how I am on the day. I definitely want to play defense and pass the ball and do useful things for my teammates.
With such a great combo, Diamantidis and Ukic, Panathinaikos managed to win in the clutch time. Ukic scored 10 of his 21 points in the last 5 minutes and finished the game with 8 for 10 on field goals, 6 assists, 4 rebounds and no turnovers. He was by far and away the player of the game, and his side won 78-73.
It was crazy 3 days for me. Like 2 days ago on the practice, I had big problem with my back. Nobody even know will I play. And I have so much pills I throw up like last minute in a game. But you know, sometimes when you're hurt or when something's go wrong, you play even better than you can do. So I think today was one of the days. We are in very good shape, we are in a very good situation, and we gotta take advantage about it. It's not over yet, it's 6 games, it's lots of games, but now we are in a place where we wanted to be.
With an index rating of 28, Roko Ukic also earned the bwin Co-MVP of the Week award, a well-deserved prize setting his new season high in scoring and thanks to his best performance of the season overall. The Panathinaikos guards shared the honour with 2 other members of the Euroleague basketball family. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv's Devin Smith was absolutely on fire when his team welcomed Montepaschi Siena in Group F. The Israeli champions, now 3-5, dominated Siena 92-61, which was a crucial victory for them to still have a chance to believe in the playoffs. Devin was the main contributor for his team, nailing 19 points, 5 for 6 on 3-pointers, along with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Last but not least, Luka Zoric led Unicaja Malaga in Bamberg to a close victory, 68-65. The German champions Brose Baskets came very close to their first top 16 win ever, but the Croatian big men answered with 26 points, 9 for 14 on field goals, 8 for 10 on free throws, and 5 rebounds. That was Zoric's 3rd game of the season with 20 points or more. Bostjan Nakbar was a main factor for Brose Baskets, scoring 17 points. He played many top 16 games, with Benetton Treviso when he was very young at the beginning of the century, then with Efes Pilsen Istanbul between 2009 and 2011, at the end last year playing with Ukic Kazan. Then he knows really well the matter. What is very special for him, it was to join the second phase in a German team, Brose Baskets, for the first time since 2006.
We proved that German Basketball League is a strong league. You know, 2 teams are in top 16, which is not a coincidence. Playing here has been a great experience. I'm absolutely surprised how full the arenas are, how supportive the fans are. So from all these standpoints, I think it's a wonderful league to play in, and from what it looks like, it's just going to keep on growing.
Last summer, his arrival at Bamberg seemed an absolute masterstroke by the club's management. The facts said they were right. Bostjan averaged almost 17 points so far, adding almost 4 rebounds. But this was not his purpose when he decided to come to Germany.
I didn't have any personal goals as far as putting on certain statistics or doing anything like that. You know, I definitely don't focus on those things. Those things come naturally. I think when the player is healthy, when the player feels comfortable, and when the coach has trust in the player, I think those things have definitely come together for me this year.
At the end of the season, the team's success is going to determine whether this season was a success for me personally or not.
Bostian has no doubts. This year was just the first step of a long way for him, for Brose and for German basketball.
It's just a matter of time when this league is going to become even bigger. Hopefully next year it's one of the strongest in Europe. I think everything here is in place. It's just about, I think it's a matter of time when that happens.
When Oktay Mahmuti moved from Galatasaray to Anadolu Efes, he took with him two very important players, Joshua Shipp and Jamon Lucas. Lucas is really responding well to the confidence shown to him by his coach, and he has established a solid working relationship.
Last year, it wasn't so great in the beginning because coach has a way he wants you to play, and it's tough to learn how to play so quick. We was in qualification with Galatasaray, so we had to learn quick. But midway through the season last year, it started getting better and better. This year is just even better. I understand what he wants. He understands what type of player I am, and it works out for the team.
And yet Jamon came to a team where there were two other great point guards playing, Jordan Farmer and Kerim Tunçeri, but it proved not to be a problem. With almost 10 points and 5 assists per game in the top 16, as well as rebounds and so much more than what the stats can highlight, Jamon knows exactly how to help his team.
Everybody have their own different roles. Kerim is the captain, so his role is bigger than everybody. Jordan do most of the scoring, Sasha the shooter, and I just take up the rest. Whatever I can do, rebound and steals. Some days I score a lot, some days I don't. So mostly I'm guarding the best player.
The result is a magnificent performance in the top 16, remaining undefeated since week 2. The American believes the excellent shape of the team is down to one thing, an evergreen formula that is easy to pronounce, but not so easy to put into practice.
I think now in the top 16, the scoring is kind of more balanced. Everybody having great games. Each game, we playing better defense. We're rebounding more. And I think we're paying more attention like the details.
There was one moment in particular when the team just clicked, and it came on the road.
The game against Bamberg on the road was a great team victory. I've seen a lot of stuff change ever since then. We just stopped playing for each other a lot more.
Now with all this confidence running through the club, dreams can become reality, and Jamon Lucas is ready to make a pact with the supporters.
We just gotta stay focused right now. It's a critical point of the season, and just come out and support us. And we're gonna try everything we can to bring a Final Four to Turkey.
The game with CSKA Moscow on Friday night was a decisive step in that direction. And once again, Jamon left his signature on the game, scoring 14 points, including the last period jumpers that put them within 1 point, and with his next shot, a first lead, writing also a meaningful double-double with his 11 rebounds. From the start, CSKA was up for a long time, going plus 12 with Sasha Kaun's dunk, and still 8 up at half-time. After the long break, a dunk by Joshua Shipp pushed Efes down by 4. And Milos Teodosic answered with his triples. In the last period, they were again down by 1, after a spectacular steal by Sinan Güler. But despite an impressive series of triples and assists by Teodosic, it was Jordan Farmer with his unbelievable three-pointer to virtually win the game 63-60 and give Anadolu Efes the leadership in Group E. Like the calm before the storm, we visited Barcelona the day before the FC Regal players had their flight to Istanbul, where they were scheduled to meet Fenerbahce Ulka. It was a chance to sit down with Nathan Jawai, a centre who combines his physical power with a dexterity that allows him to complete some spectacular moves. Barcelona's frontline depth is one of the reasons they are so successful in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. And Jawai, who signed last summer with Barca, knows that he's a man on a mission.
For me, it's an honor, It was a tough decision, you know, but I'm happy I'm here, and there's never been a moment that I've never been happy. So I'm comfortable, and hopefully we can win ACB and Euroleague.
Being aggressive means using his body, but not in a bad way. Just trying to force his play so that everyone knows who the man in the paint is. Nate is working to adapt his skills to the highest Euroleague level. And he has some great players in his team that can lead him in the right direction.
Well, the good thing about Nate is that he really listens. You know, I mean, he really tried to learn, and he's obviously such a big, raw talent. He needs time, like all the centers do. They usually come in their own a little bit later in their careers. And Nate is really improving, and he will improve more as he gets some more experience at his highest level. I just hope he keeps improving and giving us, you know, the great things that he's doing so far.
With some amazingly gifted playmakers like Sarunas Jezikavicius, sometimes all you have to do is to stand in the right place at the right time. But to do that, there is a lot of work behind the scenes just to find out where your teammates need you to be to create the necessary damage.
I think our style of play is a lot of pick and roll, so mostly pick and roll. Depends how the defense plays us for the next team we play. We work on that aspect of our game. We don't take three-point shots or a lot of jump shot the whole season, so it's more low post and be more physical, you know.
Barcelona has an impressive record overall, having won 15 out of 17 games before they flew to Turkey. The Blaugranas have already faced some contenders like CSKA Moscow and Montepaschi Siena, and the champions Olympiacos Piraeus. They're definitely learning a lot about the strengths and weaknesses of their major opponents in the Euroleague title run.
They're great teams. They have a history of winning a championship, of winning Euroleague, and so do Barca. I think we pretty much level with the guys. We lost to CSKA here by a few, and we had a good win at their home, and that doesn't mean anything until we win it all or we go to Final Four and see how far we can go.
The game at Fenerbahce Ulker was important for Barcelona to keep their leading position in Group F. Jawai scored a field goal and was the leading rebounder for his team with 7. Coach Xavi Pascual sent all his players onto the floor for at least 10 minutes in a true demonstration of power. Barcelona's play was absolutely lovely to watch, as they combined a great execution and showtime to end with 5 men in double-digit scoring, a 99-60 huge win. Staying in Group F, let's hear a unique story from one of the 2012 Turkish Airlines Euroleague Basketball champions. There are a few fortunate people in the world who know how to turn a problem into an opportunity. Olympiacos Piraeus point guard AC Law is one of them.
When I was younger, I broke my right hand. And then when I broke my hand, my dad made me start working on my left. And I got good at it, and when my right hand got healthy, I just continued to play with my left hand.
It was a big effort for the young AC Law, which became a huge opportunity for his career, as he can work the ball with both hands with the same comfort.
A lot of players are one-hand dominant, and me being able to use both equally well, I think that's a huge advantage because it keeps defenses off balance, and I'm able to capitalize on opportunities going either way, and I think that helps me a lot.
His apprenticeship wasn't over. He might have learned how to play with his left hand, but he still had to perform a good shot. That is what he had to work on to become a complete player.
When I was in college, my coach, he tried to adjust my shot to get it to spin a little bit. But I've broken my wrist numerous times, and it's hard for me to flick my wrist without it bothering my wrist and hurting it. And so it's kind of just what I've grown accustomed to doing, of shooting it without it spinning and flicking my wrist. And it's worked for me to this point.
When once he completed all the steps in becoming a Euroleague level player, he had to adjust his skills to the needs of his team. And as a point guard in such a big team like Olympiacos, he has to be a pass-first player.
I think as a point guard, your job is to do is organize offense and create plays for yourself and your teammates, and I think that's what I do best, is just making plays for my team.
Vasilis Spanoulis was not 100% healthy to receive Caja Laboral Vitoria at Peace and Friendship Stadium. That meant that every one of his teammates had to step up. The Reds played great defense for most of the game, and they kept playing as a team in offense. That's why there were 7 players with 8 points or more in the final box score. AC Law was ready to go for it, while Olympiacos dominated the game 82-74. He put in his best performance of this campaign, scoring a season-high 18 points with 3 assists in 28 minutes. Now let's take a look to the top 3 plays of the week.
Number 3, Tel Aviv, Israel. Christian Kankur of Montepaschi finds Benjamin Eze down low, but Yogev Ohayon of Maccabi Electra comes from behind for an unexpected block. Number 2, Kaunas, Lithuania. Panathinaikos in action. Dimitris Diamantidis from beyond midcourt to James Gist for a wild alley-oop slam. And the number 1 play of the week. Sinan Guler makes a great steal and a great save before getting the ball back and finishing with a reverse as Anadolu Efes wins its 7th straight.
In 2010-11 season, Caja Laboral Vitoria and Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv met in the playoffs, and the Israeli side had to overcome the home court advantage. Maccabi Electra managed to win Game 2 with a crucial jumper by Jeremy Pargo. Will they find a way to win again next week in a key top 16 matchup? Real Madrid know that apart from the record, it is always tough to beat Brose Baskets Bamberg. In a 2010-11 game at home, the Spanish were forced into overtime. At the end, the Spanish side celebrated thanks to Dior Fischer with a tap-in. Will they make it again next week? That's it for now, but before we leave you, let's unveil the next game of the week. A host aims for early playoff qualification as a visitor tries to stave off early elimination. When Montepaschi Siena and Fenerbahce Ulka Istanbul do battle in the next Turkish Airlines Euroleague Game of the Week. Montepaschi Siena comes into the Game of the Week with not only 4 more victories than Fenerbahce in Top 16 Group F, but also the confidence that comes from an 8-1 record in games played between them since 2007. Among those wins, Montepaschi swept a 3-game playoff series against Fenerbahce Ulka in 2008. Krzysztof Lavrinovic nailed 16 points in a 73-66 victory in Siena 2 days before he and Bootsy Thornton scored 18 each in a 21-point road win to reach the Final Four in Madrid. A year later, playing their last top 16 game, Siena sealed its playoff spot by again topping Fenerbahce Ulka in Istanbul, behind an outstanding 27-point show by Rimes Kaukenas. Fenerbahce Ulka's only victory over Siena came in 2010, as legendary big man Mirsad Turcan led a great team effort to an 81-68 success at sold-out Sinan Erdem Arena. Their rematch in the next Game of the Week features 2 of the Euroleague's top scorers. Montepaschi point guard Bobby Brown has been the competition's top gun, leading all Euroleague players this season with 19.8 points per game. However, Fenerbahce Ulka rising star Bojan Bogdanovic is the best scorer so far in the top 16 with 21.3 points per game, just ahead of Brown. Siena took a spectacular 92-98 triumph against Fenerbahce Ulka on the road again in Istanbul last month, as Brown posted one of the Euroleague's best performances ever. His 41 points with perfect 13 for 13 free throw shooting tied the all-time scoring record. And he added 7 assists for a performance index rating of 50, the highest this season. Bogdanovic wasn't far behind with 31 points and 4 for 5 three-point shooting and a performance index rating of 34. Game of the week is also a homecoming as Fenerbahce Ulka head coach Simone Pianigiani returns to his hometown, where he led Monte Paschi to 6 consecutive Italian league titles and 2 Final Four appearances in his 6 seasons on the bench. It's a homecoming wrapped in the heat of a playoff race when Monte Paschi hosts Fenerbahce in the next game of the week.
Turkish Airlines Euroleague.